Welcome to the DC TV 4-H Kids News Show. Help us keep our news show on the air by becoming a sponsor. You can buy a sponsorship by calling 970-677-4119. That's 970-677-4119. Now for the news. Hi, I am Devin, and here's our first story from the Denver Post. Climate change clobbers Colorado and the West unfurling fire drought fire drought, insects, and heat. Fire burns more frequently and uncontrollably, ravaging the western pines, firs, and spruces, destroying lives and buildings. Multiplying insect feasts. Colorado's forest last week said the state over 2 decades has lost a fifth of its forests to bugs. In a recent survey, estimated 1 in 14 standing trees is dead. Shrinking Rock Mountain snowpack is forcing farmers out of business, jeopardizing skiing and compelling utilities to consider super costly new source of water, including recycled waste. And rising heat waves hurt people, especially children, the elderly, low-income outdoor workers, and anybody who can't afford air conditioning. These impacts of global warming intensifying across Colorado and the West within costs in the billions have happened precisely as scientists have been predicting. The latest National Climate Assessment, released by the Trump administration on the day after Thanksgiving, now drives home the scientific consensus that Colorado and its western neighbors will face worsening, potential ruinous environmental upheaval as average temperatures that increase 2 degrees over the past 30 years keep rising. World leaders at the United Nations-backed forum in Poland this week with a rally nation to try to minimize ecological harm after 2050. And while American scientists will be there, the U.S. government isn't participating. Native Americans also predicted upheaval, including droughts, fires, and floods. Ute leaders watched as European settlers took Colorado mountain terrain, and they prophesied that the white man would cause environmental calamity. Tribal leader Terry Knight said last week from his home in the Four Corners region. What you are putting in the air, what you are putting in the water, what you are putting in the ground, all this chemical contamination. It is causing an imbalance of nature, causing this drought and climate change, Knight said. Heading into 2019, tribal leaders, local governments around the West, are scrambling to deal with the worsening impacts. For Utes, the most painful has been losing mountain springs used for sacred ceremonies due to decreasing snow and rain. This is from a story from the Herald, during the Herald. Snowball fights now legal in Colorado town after boy's quest. A 9-year-old boy has convinced the leaders of a small northern Colorado town to overturn a nearly century-old ban on snowball fights. And he already knows who his first target will be, his little brother. Dane Best, who lives in the often snow-swept town of Severance, presented his argument at a town board meeting Monday night, and members voted unanimously to lift the ban. I think it's an outdated law, Dane said in the lead up to the meeting. I want to be able to throw a snowball without getting in trouble. Dane's mother, Brookie Best, told the Greeley Tribune her son has been talking about snowballs since he found out about a month and a half ago that it was illegal to throw them within town limits. The last time it snowed, Dane said, he and his friends looked around for police and joked about breaking the law. Kylo Reichert, assistant to the Severance Town Administration, said the rule was part of a larger ordinance that made it illegal to throw or shoot stones or missiles at people, animals, buildings, trees, and any other public or private property or vehicles. Snowballs fell under the town's definitions of missiles. All of the kids will always get blown away that it's illegal to have snowball fights in Severance, Reichert said. Before the meeting, so what ends up happening is town leaders always encourage the kids with, you have the power, you can change the law, no one has. Then Dane took up the cause, writing letters with his classmates in support of overturning the ban. And after Monday night's success, his 4-year-old brother Drax had better watch out. When board members asked Dane during a meeting in November who he wants to hit, he pointed at his little brother. Dane and his family have researched other severance ordinances, including one that defines pets only as cats and dogs. Dane has a guinea pig, which is illegal in Severance too. This story is from the Journal. Reward offered in elk poaching cases. Colorado Parks and Wildlife continues to seek information about 2 bull elk killed illegally northeast of Norwood in the Uncompahgre National Forest in early November. Now a reward for $1,250 is being offered for information that leads to an arrest or a citation being written to the person or people who killed the bulls. Tips can be anonymous. Both bull elk had 6-point racks, which indicates they were mature animals in prime breeding age. The animal, found in the Game Management Unit 61 in the Sanborn Park area, were killed and left to rot early in the 3rd rifle season, likely sometime from November 3rd to 8th. People waiting a long time to draw a tag there, and it is very disturbing that someone would illegally kill 2 prime bulls near each other, said Joe Lidowski, Public Information Officer for Colorado Parks and Wildlife. The dead elk, which were killed well away from any forest roads, were spotted by a hunter who reported them to a local district wildlife manager. Evidence including a bullet has been recovered from the scene. Whoever did this shows a total lack of respect for wildlife and ethical hunting, said Norwood District Ranger Mark Caddy. Colorado's hunters are ethical, respect wildlife, and follow regulations. This was not done by a hunter. It was done by a criminal. There was no carcass tag attached to the animals, and the meat was not harvested as required, indicating that they were shot illegally. The antlers were not harvested, and the loss of the 2 bull elk in prime breeding age is especially troubling because of struggling elk populations in Colorado, Lewandowski said. Operating Game Thief, a wildlife Crime Stoppers organization is offering a 1,000 reward, and Colorado Backcountry Hunters and Anglers is offering an additional 200. Anyone who with information about this crime against wildlife can make a report to the Montrose Wildlife Service Center at 1-970-252-6000 or to Operation Game Thief at 1-877-265-6648. Informants can remain anonymous and are eligible for rewards. Next up is another story from the journal. We need wolves. We need to return them. Will the gray wolf return to Colorado? I believe it should, and the recent Durango Wolf Symposium presented plenty of objective scientific justifications why. Efforts to strip federal protection from wolves across the northern Rockies, co-signing them to the bullet, steel trap, and poison bait management tactics of state wildlife agencies are further reasons to return this long-missing native to the wild west slope of Colorado. Any plan to reintroduce wolves would present challenges to livestock operators, but also ecological benefits, as has occurred in the Yellowstone region. Wildlife managers say there is abundance deer and elk for wolves across western Colorado, but I would just as soon my tax dollars be used to compensate ranchers for occasional wolf predation on livestock than, as is done currently, for elk getting into their winter haystacks. Any reintroduction plans will require local support and must include protection against financial hardships that threaten small ranch viability. Fortunately, the blueprint for raising livestock in wolf and bear country already exists and is being practiced by ranching families in the northern Rockies, facilitated by an organization called People and Carnivores, based in Bozeman, Montana. The future of wildlife management in Colorado, wolves included, I hope, requires that non-hunters such as myself be brought more formally and substantially into the funding process. I would welcome the opportunity because I find soul-sustaining value in our wildlife landscape, as panelist Andrew Guilford said. However, wild landscapes without wildlife is just scenery. The matter of wolf reintroduction may come down to a simpler question than to the ones so much time was spent on at the synopsis symposium. The big question isn't do what we have room in Colorado for the wolves, because that answer is yes, but do we have room in our hearts? The panel discussed often focused on questions regarding economical impacts and financial compensation. Fittingly, Southern Ute tribal elder Hanley Frost had the last word. He said the debate on wolves in Colorado should not be based on dollars. It should come from simple respect. Respect for a true native elder who called this landscape home long before we came along. Now, dumb laws. Dumb laws in Missouri. Single men between the ages of 21 21 and 50 must pay an annual tax of $1 enacted in 1820. It is illegal to speed in Buckner. In this small town, only 4,000 yards waste may be burned any day except Sunday. In Colombia, you cannot have an antenna exposed outside of your house yet. You can have a 25-inch satellite dish. 25-foot satellite dish. Man, that's a big one. Though clotheslines are banned, clothes may be draped over a fence. In Kansas City, minors are not allowed to purchase cat pistols, however, they may buy shotguns freely. Okay. Installations of bathtubs with forelegs resembling animal paws is prohibited. In Marceline, minors can buy rolling paper and tobacco, but not lighters. In Mole, frightening a baby is in violation of the law. Now with a weather report with me. Our current weather data comes from DCTV weather station located in beautiful downtown Duff Creek. The current temperature is 20 degrees. Today's high was 21 degrees. The low was 11 degrees. The barometer is at 30.56 inches and steady. I'm just going to say barometer. Humidity is at 95%. Wind is between 1 and 6 miles per hour from the east. Gust has been up to 14 miles per hour. There was 0.00 of an inch of rain measured by the DCTV weather station today. Moisture for the month is 1/100th of an inch. Moisture accumulation for the year is 7 inches and 3/100th of an inch. Public notice starting December 1st, 2018, extremely low temperatures are forecasted for our area. Temperatures may be in the low single digits. Please get yourself ready so you don't freeze up. Now for the big map, courtesy of the National Weather Service. With snow are falling along the northern California coast into Nevada, where the moisture is mostly snow. A high over Idaho, Idaho-Montana border, and a second one over the Oklahoma-Texas border down there. Keep most of the west central part of the nation clear. Clear, very much. Most of the east and south part of the country is also clear. The exception to this are areas of snow food in Michigan and in northern Illinois into Ohio and running into Tennessee and northern California, Carolina, right down there. The start to Florida are experiencing rain and severe thunderstorms. Way down there. Here is our exclusive TVDC 5-day forecast. Wednesday, high of 35, mostly cloudy. High of 35, low of 23. Thursday, snow showers. High of 39, low of 25. Friday, snow showers. High of 38, low of 22. Saturday, partly sunny. High of 37, low of 18. Saturday, mostly sunny again. High of 37, low of 16. New feature, we present you with the snow tell, which will give the amount of snow pack in the mountains. We hope this will be helpful to our farmers, as we got a black screen behind me. Okay, now for our climate change report. We're going to skip that.
CO2, carbon dioxide, is considered a greenhouse gas, and it is one of the principal causes of climate change. CO2 traps heat in the atmosphere, which causes climate instability and results in significant variations worldwide of moisture and hot and cold temperatures. But the general climate trend is that the planet is slowly warming. Therefore, it is important that we report the CO2 changes. The following are the CO2 numbers in parts per million. Last week, 408.38. 2 weeks ago, 408.6. Last year, 406.27. 10 years ago, 384.48. And then 50 years ago is 322.84. Thank you, Dr. Peter Tans of National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration, and Michael McGee of the CO2.Earth website network for the providing this information. Remember, you can help keep our news show on the air by buying a sponsorship. You can buy a sponsorship by calling 970-677-4119. That's 970-677-4119. Thank you. And back to our news director.